A very warm welcome to StudyIQ. I am Prashant Mauni. I hope you all are doing good. Dear friends, identify the person that you can see on your screen. The last picture that was provided to you, it's coming from Gujarat, right? It belongs to Mr. Verma. It is a sort of replica, Shyamji Krishna Verma, and it is a replica of a house, London house in UK. Where he used to live. With this, dear friends, you got to provide me the name of this person, as well as if you have some additional information about him, then that would be great. With this, StudyIQ provides you pen, tab and tablet courses for different exams. Don't forget to check out studyiq.com for our pen, tab and tablet courses. And if you have any question queries, you have chat support available on our portal, as well as you have this numbers that you can see on your screen. With this, the first item that we have, dear friends, is pertaining to Ministry of External Affairs. And the thing is, today is Saturday, as you know, so we have the quantity of the news that you find in PIB is of course quite low, you can say, or it's a mere in quantity, but the quality, right, as you know, that it is never compromised with. And we have a very important focus topic as well today, but before that, let's quickly see what we have got in as a news item. Sushma Swaraj, she was in Sochi for this Shanghai Cooperation Organization's annual summit. We talked about this SCO a couple of days ago when we were talking about NK, that is North Korea, and its intercontinental ballistic missile. Remember, at that point of time, I said that at one side you have this ICBM going on, and at the other side you have Shanghai Cooperation Organization annual summit taking place, and you will find stakeholders in this SCO, stakeholders who are having interest in Korean Peninsula. Anyways, dear friends, let's see what we have got here. See, Sushma Swaraj, she took a she had a stopover at Tehran, and she met Iranian counterpart Javed Zarif. Now, let me tell you how this sort of things work, right? It is called a sort of protocol. So if a finance minister, or say for example Minister of External Affairs, foreign minister, right, if a foreign minister is traveling, say for example here in Iran, then the counterpart of our foreign minister, that is the Iranian foreign minister, will look after the visiting foreign minister. That's how it works. And many times we find that a protocol has been breached. At that point of time, you find that higher dignitaries, right, they receive ministers. So that's called a breakup of a protocol, and most of the time it indicates the cordial relationship that is being shared by both the countries. Of course, when we talk about Iran and India at present, the most important thing, or a thread that is tying these two countries together, is Chabahar Port. And I have a question for you pertaining to Chabahar Port. The other thing that I would like to tell you is that if you go back in the history, then as well, you find that India and Iran have shared a wonderful historical relationship with each other. This rice, and there is a sweet called naan khatai, if you might have heard about it, then it is also coming from that part of Iran. It is coming from Iran, and it is a very common thing in India. The other thing is a Parsi community, right? If you go back in their history, then you find that they have arrived from this part of the world, the part of the world that we know Iran today. And apart from that, in the painful time of Iran as well, India was standing next to it. With this, dear friends, second item that we have is pertaining to Andhra Pradesh and reservation. Now, Kapu community, there is a community called Kapu community, and the Andhra Pradesh Assembly has passed a Kapu reservation bill through which this community will get reservation in education and employment. They are included in the backward caste list, and here is a thing that will help you understand the federal relation, how federal structure works in our country. See, Chandrababu Naidu said that Justice Manjunath Commission, recommended that Kapu community should be provided with reservation. Now he has said that the bill will be sent to center for its consent. Now the question is, why the bill will be sent to the center? They have their own governor. Why can't the governor sign that bill and finish the job? But there is a reason behind it, and it is a sort of you can do research work. If you know the answer, then you can stick the answer in the comment section of this video. But it is important because many a times we find that a state government is sending bill to the center for its consent, right? There are some solid reasons behind it. And the second point here that is important for you is that the center, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister has said that the center will be requested to include this reservation in the 9th schedule to insulate it from judicial review, to protect it from judicial review. Now, why it requires, what is the reason why it is seeking a sort of insulation or protection from judicial review? The thing is, see, at present the state already has 29% reservation for backward classes, backward castes. Apart from this, you have 15% for scheduled castes and 6% for scheduled tribes. With quota for this Kapus community, which is 5%, the total reservation will breach 50% and it will reach 55%, which is breaching, or you can say it is crossing the threshold that was set by Supreme Court for reservation. Supreme Court said that beyond 50% you cannot give reservation. So if you have 100, you can say, for example, you have 100 people living in your country, in your state, then more than 50%, that is 50 people, more than 50 people, you cannot give reservations. This is a very basic example that I can think about. So it has crossed to 55%, and this is one of the main reasons why it wants it to be approved by the center, as well as it should be included in the 9th schedule. We have to wait and watch whether center is accepting this thing or not, or what is going to be the future of this bill or the Kapu community. And here you can understand that Kapu community has a solid weight when it comes to the politics of Andhra Pradesh, because 27% population is represented by Kapu community in Andhra Pradesh, which is not a small figure. It is a game-changing number. So we have to wait and watch. With this, dear friends, let's crack on to our focus topic of the day, and it is pertaining to CPEC, that is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Dear friends, back in 2015, when President Xi Jinping of China visited Pakistan, at that point of time it was a sort of grand welcome that he got, and he was received with full honors and things like that. It was a sort of celebration for a country called Pakistan, right? And it was a celebration for China as well. You will know why China was celebrating this, why China was happy about it by the end of this discussion. But anyways, Xi Jinping at that point of time said that it is for him, it is a second home. Pakistan is a second home, and he compared the relationship between Pakistan and the friendship between Pakistan and China as a strong mountain, a mountain that is high and a mountain that is strong, or you can say unshakable, right? As well as many times we hear the words called all-weather friendship that is going on between Pakistan and China and things like that. Now, at that point of time, she brought with him a magnificent deal of the kind Pakistan could not refuse, right? It was an offer that Pakistan cannot resist, and it was about 46 billion proposal for this China-Pakistan Economic Corridor to be fully paid by Chinese, right? And the other thing that I would like to add here is that it is not just the payment, it is not just the money that is being fully paid by the Chinese, it is the design as well. And when I said design, I'm not talking just about the physical design, I'm talking about all other things, how economically viable this project will be, what are the outcomes this project will have, and things like everything pertaining to this thing. So you can say that it is under construction in Pakistan, but it is you can say it is designed, right? Designed in China. This CPEC is designed in China. Now the other thing is, what are the things that you have here? You have energy and infrastructure and other projects are here, and It was said, or it is said, that this mega project will lift Pakistan's underperforming economy. The word here, underperforming, that means you have capacity but you are not able to reach your potential for various reasons. So China said that with the help of this thing you would be able to achieve that. And this $46 billion is not a small amount for a country like Pakistan, because since 2008, if you see, then if you add the figures, then you find that $46 billion is twice the amount of FDI that Pakistan got since 2008. And $46 billion is 20% of 270 billion, which is the total, you can say, of a total size of the economy of Pakistan. So it is a big thing for Pakistan. And here you can see the picture, right, of this CPEC. It starts from China here, Kasgar, and it connects, it ends here in Gwadar, which is on Arabian Sea. You can also see here it is crossing through this our portion, right, POK side, Pakistan occupied Kashmir portion. So this is something that is not acceptable to India at all. With this, dear friends, what are the benefits, or what China is looking for, or what China will get from the CPEC, right? Geostrategic and economic reasons. Let me show you one thing. See, here you have Persian Gulf. So you know it very well now that this portion is very rich in oil. So from here, rather than crossing this whole Indian Ocean and then entering Strait of Malacca, passing through South China Sea and things like that, it is easy for China to just import its oil from this Gwadar, take it here, and from here via road you can take it till China. So it is a matter of energy security, right, for China. The other thing is, dear friends, geostrategic reason. What about the rivals that China has in South Asia? And of course, now we are talking about our country, India, isn't it? It can directly park its naval vessels and nuclear capable vessels and things like that, and it can create trouble for India. The other thing is, this is the first time when this thing will come into operation. It will be the first time that China will have a direct access to Arabian Sea, and this is going to be there for a very long period of time. So this is one of the main reasons why we are not happy about it. Apart from that, establishing a security and communication grid all over Pakistan. It is said that you will have this fiber optic network and things like that, and it will help Pakistan infrastructure and other sort of things. At the same time, if we see from Chinese angle, as we are discussing what China has or what are the benefits that China will get, then it will popularize the culture of China in Pakistan. It will be a sort of takeover, all right, or the Chinese culture will take over Pakistan's culture. And dear friends, you can imagine that once you can take over, once you can change the culture of some country and you can paint that culture with your color, that means you can dominate in many different aspects. And the third thing is, a couple of days ago we were talking about this food security and things like that. At that point of time we compared BRI with USA and EU countries, isn't it? At that point of time I told you that China has outsmarted or both this EU and USA, and it is going to lease, these Chinese companies are going to lease agricultural projects here, and you can understand that this is a very productive region. Indus rivers are flowing from here, so China is going to benefit from this CPEC in terms of food security as well. Now if we see what took place in this year, then in March 2017, when Nawaz Sharif was Prime Minister, at that point of time he said that the tax concessions have been provided to China regarding this CPEC, because there are troubled zones here. The Gwadar portion is in Balochistan, and then you have this Pakistan occupied Kashmir area. So it was a sort of justification, right? And industrial parks or this special exclusive economic zones, right, that will be tilted in favor of China. So this is a thing that Pakistan has been saying, and now we see some sort of troubles brewing here, because there is a dam called Pasha Diamar Dam, and Chinese financed this Pakistan was seeking money from ADB and World Bank, but it said that get a certificate NOC from India. because this is a breach of Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and it is portion of India and things like that. So of course it was not able to get that NOC from us, and then China said that we are ready to pay the money for this dam, and then the conditions and all these things were presented by China, and then apparently Pakistan said that the conditions that are laid by China is unacceptable, right? This is the first time we are seeing this sort of statement coming out regarding CPEC, and this is a first but not the last issue that we'll see, because as you can see here, by 2030 Pakistan will have to pay $90 billion. Imagine, for $46 billion they have to pay $90 billion. This is going to create a huge amount of debt on Pakistan, and there are many people in Pakistan who are saying that this is a sort of arrival of another East India Company in Pakistan, or you can say Chinese way of colonization. With this, dear friends, today's question is importance of Chabahar Port for India. You have to provide points, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I will share a link of PDF file on my Facebook page. Do share it with others as well. I will see you all soon. Enjoy your weekend, and Jai Hind.